Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web, and in this video we're going to do a new character from Zombicide. Now, at the end of the last video I did for this, which was finishing off Amy, I gave you the choice of which card to pick. So I am not going to look. I'm not going to look at all. I gave you the choice of A, B, C, D or E, and I've had one vote. The person who voted, his name is running on the bottom there, and he wanted C. So A, B, C. Who is it? Interesting. Walking Dead. We've got Phil. I don't know what this character's name is in Walking Dead, but in this he's called Phil. So that's what we're going to be doing today. What I really should do now is have a look online and get some pictures and have a look at the uniform for an American policeman. I'm not quite sure whether it's black and tan or pale cream, white or whatever, so I will do that and then we will get on with it. Okay, so join me after these next few bits of next few photos, and we will be starting to paint Phil. Okay, see you then. Right, well, here we are with Phil, and I've got not just Phil's character but his Zombivor character as well. So what we're going to be doing is painting him. Now, I said I was going to be having a look at the different uniform colours for the American police. Oh dear, wish I'd not bothered. It's not made this any clearer for me, so I'm going to make it up as I go along myself. So if this is an official police colours, fine. If not, I couldn't care less. I'm going to be starting off with black. Now, I have a little bit of black in my wet palette already, so I'm just going to use that. And for that it will be going over his trousers, and we're using the black we're using for this is Abaddon black, same as usual. A little bit of water in with it, I think, because it's not as moist as it should be. It should be fine. Now, I have done quite a few of the zombies for this game now. I'm not doing them all off camera. I've done quite a few. Most of the walkers are done. I'm saying most of the walkers are done. I've done 3 lots of walkers, and I've made a start on, so I think I've done 3 lots of walkers, and I've made a start on the 4th set, and then I will be cutting off the leg supports of the runners and doing those as well. I've left 1 out of each set unpainted because I'm going to do them on camera. I don't want to do them off camera, so you will get to see how, roughly how I painted them. Not necessarily the exact same colours, because I've done them slightly different. maybe a dark blue rather than a black. And the shirt might be a different colour in reality than mine, but as I say, it's just a game piece, it doesn't make any difference. I'm not after realism on this, as long as it looks adequate. That is all I'm concerned with. Okay, so that's the trousers done. Now, where's the brush about in some water, clear off the paint, and then we can go on to our next colour. Now, it looks quite pale skin on the picture, so I'm going to use a little bit of ushabti bone mixed in with another colour that I cannot remember what it was. I think it was it's not Kislev flesh, is it rat skin flesh? Yeah. So I'm going to mix a little bit of this rat skin flesh with ushabti bone. I want it pale, but I want it slightly warmer than just a pale look. So just a little bit of water, and I'm also going to change my brush because I don't want this to be completely swamped. This is a fairly big brush after all. I'm just doing face and hands. So I'm moving over to my detail brush, and we're going to be just applying this as a wash. It's fairly watery. I mean, I could have just used ushabti bone and added a wash of oh, what's that? Colour I've got, I can't remember. Yeah, he has got burr arms. It's not a sleeve, which I thought it might have been like a long sleeve t-shirt under his shirt, but it isn't. Short sleeve shirt, and he's got some gloves, but he also has a hole in those gloves like driver's gloves. So we're going to work that way. There we are. And I have been using my head loop to paint the zombies, and I get quite a good magnification on that. I'm very pleased with it. Unfortunately, I can't use it on this because I won't be able to use it past the camera stand that I have. So unfortunately, it's back to my reading glasses. But it hasn't stopped me before, and it won't stop me now. Now what I'm going to be doing is adding a little bit of Nurgle, Nurgling green into that skin colour. And the reason for that is now I'm doing the Zombicide, and we don't want the same colour. We're trying to differentiate between the Zombicide and the Survivor. So I want it slightly more greener. There we go. He doesn't seem to have his gloves on as a Zombicide. Oh, well, never mind. Oh, much of his uniform left. There we go. But now, I have been asked as well if I could do a video showing one of the oh dear God, what are they called? The Revenant Cavalry from Kings of War. I plan on doing that very soon. I've just been a little bit busy over the past few days, not been able to start it. When I've been painting, I just wanted to get some of the zombies done. Haven't had really a chance to get any painting for the camera done, so I'll be doing that fairly soon. As soon as I can, so stay tuned. That will be coming up, as I say, as soon as I possibly can. There we go. I think that's, oops, a little bit of the flesh tone there in the hole in his trousers. I'm trying to work out what's holes and what's creases. I think that's a hole as well. Oh yeah. So that is that done. Now what we're going to be doing is the colour for the hair. Now this colour I'm going to be using the black again, but mixed with now then, what colour is it? I can't remember. It's not that one. The colour is Rhinoxide. Okay, so it's about half and half. It's just to make it a darker brown. In fact, it's a little bit more, I think, black. But this is what I'm doing anyway. Doesn't mean to say you have to do it the same way. And it's just wash it on. That's the Zombicide done. And now the survivor's hair. And there we go. And that's that. Sometimes with this, when you're doing certain colours, it does actually allow you not to be too fussed about going back and highlighting, because when you put a wash on, it can actually highlight itself for you sometimes. Unfortunately, this is not one of those times because I'm putting brown over grey, so I am going to have to come back and add some highlights to this hair at a later stage. Now, as for the uniform top, I am slightly stumped on this matter. As I say, I'm not sure exactly what the colour should be. I know which colour I'm going to be using if, I'll tell you what might be a good idea, is if I put all my lights on, then I can see exactly what I'm looking at. Right, so the colour I'm going to be using, whether it be right or wrong, is, after I've given it a good shake, because I've not used this one very much, Baneblade Brown. It looks a very similar colour to what's on the picture, but as I say, whether it is the right colour or not, I don't know. But that's, I'm hoping that's showing up. That's the colour that you've got. I say it looks a very similar colour to what's on the picture, so fingers crossed it will do the job. And if it doesn't do the job, I'm using it anyway, so it will do the job. That's the way I'm seeing things. So I'm going to make sure it's a water, well, I'm making sure it's a fairly wet consistency, and it goes on like a wash. Doing is just mixing a little bit more of the ushabti bone with the rat skin flesh to get that colour back, because I added the green in the just wash that brush out, bit of a dry, and get back to the detail brush. There we go, and in fact, whether or not it's the right colour, we'll go over everywhere again and wash it on, because some of the grey primer is still showing through, so we can add this, or we can use this as the second coat, and just then go over the Zombicide skin tone with the original colour that we used. Oops. Now, it doesn't matter, I've gone over the shirt there, it doesn't matter, I can always go back over, that is not an issue. I'm just going over the hole in the gloves there. And now, this detail brush has lost some of the ability to detail, unfortunately, but it's still good enough for some of the things we want to do. Whether it's good enough for this next bit, I doubt, but I'm just going to try it anyway. This is using white scar, and it's just a little bit for in there for his t-shirt. Anyway, is there anything here for the t-shirt? I can't actually see whether there is or isn't. I have a feeling that could be it. Okay, and now going back to the oh, thingy bone, not bone, Beyblade brown. And just correct that area of skin, or correct that area there that I painted over the skin tone. That's that, and I don't think there's any more I can do here. There is just a little bit on the bottom there. Now, next job on this is the black details on the shirt. So we have a few things, a few bits of detail on his shirt to do, and also do the gun as well. But we want to do the gun first of all in a black base coat. Just going to do his gloves in black as well. And we'll be going over a few areas of this in brown a little bit later. But so it's just trying to get the correct areas filled in so I can see where things are. And that's really all we're trying to do at this precise moment with the base colour. There we have gloves, gun, trousers and hair sorted out. Is that the... no, that's not the Zombicide one. And finally the handgun here. I have to remember here that he's not wearing gloves. And now we have most of it done. I'm changing brushes now to a new brush, so I've got a bit of a point on it so I can that's what I'm looking for, so I can get the main details done. Now I'm not going to be able to see, I'm not going to be able to do all the incredibly fine details, but I can just do the badge here on his shoulder. The epaulette, what else is there? There's two bits here, one on that bit of shirt and one here, which is like the top of the pockets. And this epaulette here. There is not a vast amount of stuff to do with this fella. I don't think it's going to take as long to do him as it took me to do Amy. I don't think we're going to get 4 videos from this one. I will be going back doing the trousers. And the badge on this, oops, as well. And there we have it, folks. Everything base coated. Very simple. Yep, I'll just go over his toe on his boot because it's either not been done or it's rubbed off. And now the Zombicide, and it's almost the same thing if I can find the areas. And one epaulette, don't get the other epaulette sorted out. There's not much to this one, and I just think there's a little bit of black there on the top of his pocket, which is just basically a shred, and that is all I can do for base coating. Now, Reichland Flesh Shade, that's the one. Oops, that's the one I want. It's in a white. It's got a white lid rather than a black one like the others. That's why I couldn't see it. Okay, so this is going to be going on Phil's Survivor. Surprisingly enough, over the flesh tones. I'm also going to be going over the trousers again with the black. But that's all we're going to be doing for him. Now what I will be doing with the Zombicide is, when I can find that one, right, got it. Okay, so for the Zombicide's flesh tones wash, we're going to be using Keelia green shade. We're not going to be putting a lot of this on. It's going to be very, very subtle, because he's not yet a full zombie, but to give him more of that undead zombie-esque feel to him. And when we come back, we will be highlighting them again with the original colour. And by the original colour I mean the one that we use for his skin tone. Oh yeah. Now, as I said, I'm going to go back to the trousers and give the trousers on both models another wash. There we are. Okay. That's that done. Just need to touch up a little bit with the green because I've just noticed I've missed a couple of areas. There we are. And now, as I say, a very light wash with a slightly watered down brush of the Agrax Earthshade on the shirt. There we go. Doesn't look too bad. In fact, it's probably the right colour to use. I don't have a sepia colour, but so this probably is. Agrax Earthshade is probably the right colour to use for this, to shade this colour. So yeah. Oops, throwing it away. And here we go with the Zombicide. And that is all we can do in this video. So once I finish this, I'm going to have to leave this to dry and come back to it a little later, so we will see how it looks once it is dried in the next video. So until next time, as always, take care, God bless, and bye for now.